Okay, hopefully this isn't too bright. Though it feels really bright. Get our little metal thing. It's kind of annoying. Nah. What's going on, you the tube? I am HotMessNessMua, otherwise known as Vanessa. Not sponsored. So, yeah, we're still testing out the ring light. Let me know down in the comments if it's too damn bright in here. But today we're gonna do a tag video, yay! I am doing this tag video because I saw Karen Harris do it, and she actually mentioned me in her video, and I saw Annette's Makeup Corner do it, and Angelica Nyquist do it, and it was all started from Agape Love Girl. She created this tag, so I'm going to leave her in the comments down, in my box. So, excuse me, I got this metal sheet so I can reflect light. I don't know if it's working. Questions? I'm looking at my daughter's phone, so forgive me. Isn't it cute? It's got little thingies on it. Thingies that go, yeah, I know. Sparkly, shimmer. I get distracted these days. So, number one. People tend to think beauty YouTubers are experts, or should be, at doing makeup. Of course, that's not always true. What's one thing you struggle with? Side note, even if you're a pro MUA, I bet there's still things you struggle with, so please share. I struggle with winged liner, and a good portion of that has got to be, sometimes when you're doing makeup or you're watching tutorials, a lot of times we don't take into consideration, especially in the beginning, our face shapes and how they're going to differ from someone else. So if Kim Kardashian can do a contour in a 3, yours might be a 2.5. You know what I mean? Or what you're trying to achieve out of your face. So one of my biggest struggles is wing liner or anything graphic lines, even with paper. Don't ask me to draw a straight line. It won't be cute. So I struggle with wing liner, achieving it, and then when you're done, it just never looks good because I do have, semi-hooded lids and I have a small little almond walnut shaped eyes. So after you've done all this work on your eyes, unless you have a lot of real estate, you're chopping off half of your work. So it's just, I like to spend more time blending and all of that. But I'm discovering, a little faux line, a half line isn't so bad, and you learn how to adjust it, and then it becomes okay. Adjusting. But yeah, wing liner, hate it. Hate it on myself, love it on other people. Number 2, on that note, are there any makeup techniques you'd like to improve on or learn how to do? You know what I really want to do? I want to do some of those eye looks that I see people that they build upon, like the Instagram eye looks, where it probably takes them 3 hours, like Mitchell. Recently, Nikki Tutorials is doing her makeup that way, where even if they're doing something totally neutral, they pack on the color in the crease and blend around it and kind of build on that. But it's like mostly packed on and build around. I don't do my makeup like that, but I really like to do, like, sit down one day and do it. I think it'd be a lot of work, but maybe it'd be nice. So yeah, that's one of the things that I'd like to do it and see if I'd be any good at. And I'd like to improve my halo eye because it always is kind of smooshy. Number 3, are there any makeup looks, trends, styles, techniques that you absolutely refuse to do on yourself? To do or follow on yourself? Well, this is the thing. Back in the day when I first started playing with makeup, I would literally follow along. I'd bring out my phone and I'd follow along. So saying that there's a trend that I won't do, I don't do my makeup that way anymore, but sometimes I'll get inspo and I'll go back to a reference picture, or I'll watch someone's video and go back to something that, oh, I like that color, or I like how they did a specific thing. But there's nothing that I wouldn't try that I wanted to. Like having no brows is kind of a thing, or highlighter all up in here because someone like Jeffree Star or even Glam and Gore, they don't have eyebrows. So yeah, I'm not gonna highlight the crap out of where my eyebrows are instead of. That's, I guess, I don't know if it's a trend. It's just something that I wouldn't do on myself. Highlight all right here. But it works on those people that don't have eyebrows. Number 4, take a drink. Are there any makeup trends or styles that you used to dislike and now love? It's not that I disliked it on people, I just didn't understand baking. Baking, I was like, doesn't work, don't like it, it's dumb, I hate it. And now I like it. I like it, I kind of love it. I don't do it every day, but when my skin is feeling right, I do kind of love it. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of love it. And any that you love that now that you don't care for anymore? Oh, I used to love a creamed out, tons of highlighter, mostly on other people. I don't love it on myself. I don't love that smudge of highlighter on me. It just doesn't really look that great, but on camera it looks nice. Number 5, are there any beauty makeup trends that most people hate that you maybe secretly like? This is really on other people, but I secretly like when people when they're too light right here. There are some people that are like using MAC emphasize whites or shimmering white on their under eyes. For me, I'd look like I just smeared white and didn't blend it, but there's like a girl at work and she always has a very, very, very light under eye area, lots of powder, and I love the look for her. And the olden days when Kim Kardashian used to do it. I love that look. It's not, it doesn't look great on everybody though, but I do kind of like it, and I know people don't like it anymore. Are there any makeup rules or stereotypes that bother you? No, not really, because I feel like at this day and age, everybody does whatever they want to do. And there are some rules that I actually apply for myself, like shimmers in the crease. I don't like the way it looks on me, but I've seen people do looks that are very editorial, and I like it for them, so it's very personal. Here's number 7. What old makeup products do you still love and use on the regular basis? So it's old news. Becca highlighters, still love them. Jouer highlighters are amazing. Nobody really talks about them anymore, but when like Citrine first came out, maybe because they were all on that trip, the Beauty Guru trip to Paris way back in the day. Citrine is a beautiful highlighter and I use it all the time. Makeup Geek eyeshadows, still poppin', still love them, use them all the time. And IT Cosmetics CC Cream, live by it, use it every single day. Number 8, is it possible that there may be a specific YouTuber that inspired you to start a channel, but let's talk about what, if anything, YouTubers inspired you not to do? Okay, so it's like an A and B kind of question. Now there's a big difference on YouTubers that I used to watch and people that inspired me to start. There's a big difference because the people I used to watch, I enjoyed their content, but I never felt related to them. I never felt like I can be as good as you. It wasn't until I came across YouTubers who were relatable, who put on makeup, but maybe it didn't always turn out perfectly, but they were there for the review. People like Jen Loves Reviews, Emily Noel. They were the kind of people that made me feel like I could have a channel because it's really about sharing your personal, very honest opinion with people, and that's all it is. Like, this is me as a consumer, what I got, here's the information for you. Some of the OGs, like Nikki Tutorials and Jaclyn Hill, I loved to watch them, but I never felt like relatable to them, like, oh, I can do what you can do. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. What are things that I learned not to do? This is very specific to the time that's happening right now, but a lot of the bigger YouTubers by default have taught me about integrity and certain things that can bite you in the butt. If a company feels funny to you or something strikes up as a red flag and you're still promoting them, then it can come back to you. And me as a small, I had just discovered recently that I am what is called a nano influencer. Yes, someone told me that that's what I was. Guess when you're between a 1,000 to 5,000 subscribers, you're a nano influencer. Who knew? But when you're that small and someone reaches out to you, you're like, oh, that's awesome. You feel validated. But that doesn't always mean that you have to jump on things. But it also has taught me, don't discard things either just because people aren't talking about it. One example, back in the day, Glamlight sent me a palette and I didn't think anyone would be interested. Look what happened. The pizza palette blew up and now people are begging to be on that PR list. And I had probably a chance to do so and I let that slide. On the flip side, I've also chosen not to promote bad brushes or weird things. I mean, some of the things that people email you for, like watches. I've literally had people email me to promote on my channel about watches, and am I a fashion channel? Hell no. I wear the same t-shirt all the time. You know what I mean? It's like my hair's barely brushed and I have no hair. So I've learned about integrity and what's so important, because you earn trust. You earn trust from those people that are watching you, and to throw away that trust, you can't replace that. So that is something that recently it's very obvious, but I've learned a lot from watching YouTube, the things that maybe you shouldn't be a part of, or if it feels funny, that means something.
Na, 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 na. Ryan, can you put the stuff in the pan? Put the noodles in the pan.
Number 9, what beauty content do you love creating the most? I love doing hauls. I love swatch videos. Anything indie based, I love. I love when I can just sit down and chat with my friends and put on makeup too. So I love doing those kind, but I really geek out when I do a big haul and I swatch everything. It's very satisfying, but it's a very long process. So I have to balance those videos out, because I can take a video that could be 10 minutes long and make it 30 minutes because I've shown you natural lighting, indoor lighting, upside down, standing on my head. Like, I do sometimes too much. So those are my favorite kind of videos to film. But I do enjoy these kind too, because it feels more real, you know? Number 10, is there any content that you create based on audience request or interest that you actually don't really like or prefer to create? Well, if my audience asks for something, I'm gonna try to do it. I mean, they're the ones that are watching the content. At the end of the day, I'm gonna film what I wanna film. But if somebody says, hey, can you swatch every single Luxie shade and every single Davina shade, we're talking like 300 eyeshadows, and then a bunch of people commented down below, that's what I'm gonna do, because you guys will then watch it, because I created it for you. So there's nothing that's like, oh, I have to film this. Sometimes I'll get a product and I won't like it, or I'm not interested anymore, and then I'm not jazzed to film about it, but you know, we still try to get it done. Number 11, how often do you film? Whenever I can sit down on my ass and do so. Sometimes it's 2 videos at once. Sometimes, you know, I try to do at least 2 to 3 times a week, but sometimes life just won't let me. It's difficult sometimes. Number 12, do you have a job outside of YouTube? Yes, yes, and yes. Number 13, what beauty content do you enjoy consuming, watching the most? I like reviews. If there's a palette I already have and I'm inspired by and I can't really think of what to do, I'll watch the videos where someone does 3 looks or 5 looks or 10 looks or whatever, but I don't necessarily feel the need to watch those with every single release. You know, makeup tutorials, I love them. I watch them all the time. Product reviews, I tend to stick to a lot of the same kind of creators, because once you kind of link in, they become part of like your daily life. I don't know, but all kinds of makeup videos, sometimes some drama. Any non-makeup channels you love? Any non-makeup channels you love? I was like, what the heck? What kind of question is that? I have recently come across Jenna Marbles. She's hilarious. I have never thought watching people's dog videos could be so interesting. And on occasion, I'll watch a good PewDiePie meme review. Makes me feel relatable to my children. And I also like Tristan, the guy that responds and reacts to people singing. And I don't sing. Are there any makeup misconceptions because of YouTube or Instagram that you wish people knew the truth about or that you hope to change with your channel? Makeup misconceptions. Well, I mean, Instagram is like nothing but a filter. And if you stare at Instagram long enough, it's almost hard to get on YouTube and film because those people are so gloriously beautiful, or their swatches are better than yours, or, you know, their flat lays are better than yours. So I kind of dabble in Instagram, but it's not the place I feel most comfortable. YouTube, I feel like I can be myself and it's okay because I can't slap a crazy filter over anything and people still come and show up. So I guess that's one thing I hope that people don't feel icky after being on Instagram, because Instagram makes me feel like old and ugly all the time. Have you ever felt unqualified or like a bad YouTuber because you didn't do things like every other beauty guru? Yes and no. No, because most of the people that I associate with, meaning I watch their channels, I talk to them in DMs, they comment back, we like chat as a community, even though some of them are much bigger than me. They're all like real people that are like, nah, screw it. I just like makeup, and if it's not blended, no big deal. So those are the people I associate with now. The only thing I do feel bad about is not uploading on a consistent basis, realistically. But yeah, when I'm making money like the big YouTubers, I'll have better equipment and I'll have some Alex drawers, okay? Number 17, if you could collaborate with a brand, what would it be and what would you create? Man, that's a hard one because there's so many good brands out there. I mean, I'd love to collaborate with any of my indies. And of course, if it was Luxie or Sydney Grace or Davina, they'd be single eyeshadows and they'd be some badass mattes and some really poppin' shimmers. But if it was like a mainstream brand, I don't know, I think I'd want it to be ColourPop because ColourPop is affordable, so I know people could buy it and try it and not be like, oh, I wish I could buy that, but I can't afford $12. Not that some people can't afford $12. That's true, it happens. But I'd want it to be affordable and good. So probably ColourPop, and I'd make a 9-pan palette. And it'd have purples and pinks, and it'd have one weird color in the middle. Would you rather collaborate with a brand or create your own makeup beauty line? I'd rather create my own line. If I could create a line, I'd really focus on the inclusivity that's missing, which directly affects me. It's like, I'd want how It Cosmetics started out. It's like, oh, you can be old, you can be young. I'd want to show eyeshadow looks on someone that was 60. Eyeshadow on people my age. There's something major missing on age. And I know that we're really getting into men in makeup, and we're really working on people of color and them in makeup, but there's a definite demographic missing for age. And you get to a certain point and it's like you're too old to be featured on a brand's Instagram because you're not as young and pretty and you won't sell products. But let me tell you, people my age buy products, and we buy a lot of it. And then what we start doing is focus on skincare because regular mainstream brands don't pay us any mind. So we're like, screw it. We'll just spend our money on trying to get our skin better. Who knew I felt that way? Number 19, because your average beauty guru doesn't typically do this, it's shout out time. Name 3 beauty content creators you deserve. This is my language here. Name 3 beauty content creators you think deserve more followers or recognition. Okay, let's go down the list. I definitely think that Karen Harris deserves, she's right there. She's almost at 3K. She's got a deeper complexion, and there are a lot of people that can benefit from her content. She's fun. She's like everyday girl. I'm just gonna put on makeup. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. She's very relatable, and I love her. Everybody knows I love Penn Smith Skincare. She is my favorite human, and she has so much information that I'm like, everyone needs to know about her, not because she's my friend, but she helps people understand skincare and get their skincare goals, and I love that. Who else deserves more love? I lost my little light here, but I'm finishing up. Teresa's Dead is hilarious. If you ever want to watch videos and someone to make you laugh, brighten your day, love her. Annette's Makeup Corner, she's really doing a lot in the community. She's really trying to bust out content, and she's creative and uses color. I really like Katie Marie. She plays with color. She's a mom. She's having another baby. She's beautiful. I'm gonna leave her down below. And also Dolly Mama Beauty. She's been doing a lot of Juvie's Place jumbles. I know she's feeling a lot of stress when it comes down to keeping up on YouTube and is it worth it, but she loves her YouTube friends, and she is one person. If you visit anybody on this list, go send her some love, because I know she would love it. You just come over there and say, hi, I love you, subscribe to her channel. Look, it's making me teary-eyed. There are probably a million more people I could think of. I've got to get ready for work. That's beeping, so I gotta go. But thank you so much for watching, guys. The original person is down in the description box. If I missed any of the questions because I was sliding through, I don't know, maybe we'll have part 2. If you have a channel, I challenge you to do this. Any of the people I mentioned that I love, if you haven't done this before, do it. All right, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Mwah.
Forget you can subscribe down here, and for more videos, click over here. Possibly there. There's places to click. Click them all.